Welcome everybody to Charlotte Motor Speedway with the Noble Michelangelo Painting Truck Series. I'm Ben Kilcrease. Zane Lovett will join me later in the booth. Andy Kessler will be down on pit road. Matt Weisbrot will be producing the show tonight, getting the picture that you see to you. But now we're going to head down to the infield for a short little 8 or so minute pre-race show here with Andy Kessler and Matt Weisbrot. Andy, how's everything down there in the infield tonight?
Everything's wild down here. These guys getting ready to get some fast action going on here. But Matt, we're here at Charlotte. Nice little trip from Indy, and now we're ready to get going again here with the Truck Series.
Yes, sir. At Charlotte, the lovely cookie cutter track, so as the fans like to call them. It'd be interesting to see how the trucks handle here. If you remember, a couple weeks back at Atlanta, it was quite a show. Charlotte, will it produce the same thing?
Yeah, the only difference I think there is that the track's worn out at Atlanta, and to me, I think it's wider also, so that lends to a little more three-wide action like we saw a couple weeks ago there at Atlanta. But after Dover last week, we'll take a look at the results real quick here, and Dylan Rowe picked up the big win. We saw him do the Dylan Rowe restart. And then last night, Chad Simpson followed him, where he pretty much just takes off as soon as that pace car. He doesn't waste any time. He wants to get going. And it really paid off for him as he took the win. Of course, with Dylan Jones coming in second. And Philip Willis, Zane calls him Silent Thunder there, picking up the top three, which we didn't talk much about him until the end of the race, really.
Yeah, that's right. Philip Willis is, I think, notorious for staying silent like Zane likes to say. And then about 10, 15, 20 laps till the end, he shows up.
Yeah, and looking at the standings, too, I mean, he's having a decent season. He's got a 10-point lead now over Dylan Rowe. Plus, he's got the win from New Hampshire there a couple weeks ago. So he's having a pretty good season. Last season, in pretty much all three divisions, he had a rough time of it. It seemed to get piled up into everything, every little incident or accident that happened on the track. He was involved in it. So it's good to see him kind of kick that out and now be on a different type of streak and actually putting some pressure, leading the points, and putting some pressure on some of these other guys in the series. And, of course, we're at Charlotte tonight, and then they head off to Daytona next week. And then, of course, a West Coast swing with Phoenix and Vegas. So that'll be the trucks over the next few weeks. And we'll take a look at some track facts here at Charlotte. Like you just said a minute ago, the 1.5-mile deep shape, or cookie cutter, like everyone likes to call it. 24 degrees of banking. Pretty narrow, and it's got those unique yellow walls here at Charlotte.
Yes, your lovely yellow walls. I think you love those things more than the drivers.
I do. It's just it kind of gives it a different feel because, I mean, other than maybe Darlington, every wall's pretty much just all white that I can recall, right?
I will give you this. It does look pretty hot when the lights are on.
Yeah, it just gives it that different feel, different type of atmosphere, I guess, for the racetrack, and makes it unique in its own little thing here. And going into that, we get some keys to the race, Matt. And I took a lot of time pondering over the last day or so, trying to figure out what would really be a key to this race at Charlotte. And one thing that really popped in my mind was no mistakes. And we've seen it a lot recently in this series and other series, and the getting on and off pit road. And we talked in the Noble radio show to Philip Willis, and he said the same thing about getting on pit road and getting off. It gets real slick here at this track. So coming off of turn 4, that pit road really sneaks up on you. So I'm really interested to watch that. And the big thing is just no mistakes, stay out of trouble. And I'm wondering if fuel strategy will play into this tonight if we get no cautions, as they're only running 80 laps. So, they'll probably get 2, maybe 3 stops in here at this race. And then always I put at the end, and what I mean by that is you got to be there. You got to survive to be there at the end for a chance to win one of these races. So you got to keep your nose clean. And at a downforce track like this, you don't want any problems.
You're exactly right. I definitely like your keys here. No mistakes on and off pit road and on the track. Fuel strategy, don't get me started on that one because I screwed that all up last night. And definitely being there at the end, that's what matters the most.
Yeah, I think Eric Dollarino messed that up just a little bit, half a lap, I think, there under caution at Indy. So that was a tough break for him, and hopefully we don't see nothing like that. But it definitely put some drama into it. But for now, we're going to send it down trackside now, get the national anthem, and when we come back, then we'll be up in the booth there, ready to call the action for you with Zane. So here it is, national anthem.
On behalf of iRacing.com, Motorsport Simulations, Noble Motorsports, and Noble TV, welcome to Charlotte Motor Speedway. Zane, we are set to do 80 laps here at the 1.5 mile track up in Concord, North Carolina. What are we going to see tonight?
We're going to have 80 awesome field laps here, Ben. We're at Charlotte, 1.5 miles, a little bit different than the 1.5 miles of Atlanta we saw earlier in the season. But these guys know how to wheel these trucks around these 1.5 miles, door to door, side to side, nose to tail for 30-plus laps. So I'm hoping to see the same thing.
We'll have to wait and see here as we get ready to crank these Noble trucks up. Give us just a second while our scoring gets updated here and we get a print. But we are watching on the Speed broadcast. There is a modified, just rolled it over at Uno Battle of the Beach. But we're going to go silent here for just a moment. All right, here we go. The starting lineup for the 80-lapper here at Noble Motorsports will be on the pole, the number 11 car of Dylan Jones, and to his outside, good qualifying effort for Roy Carpenter in the 95. Thomas Lee, 33, he rolls off third, and to his outside, Brian Neff. Kevin O'Keefe, will be fifth. Jason Allison is sixth. Chris Chirigotis will roll off seventh. Matt Hoos, heard about him in the pre-race show. He is eighth. Roman Sidlick in the 05 will roll off ninth. Mitch Lennon, series admin, rounds out the top five. Rodney Kramer in the sixth truck. He's going to roll off 11th. Brad Spidell, 12th. Silent Thunder, Philip Willis, he's going to be 13th with Brian Terry to his outside. James Goodwin going to be 15th. William Roberts rolling off to his outside in 16th. Wayne Finley, nice to see him back here in the Truck Series. He's 17th. And Chad Osborne, he's going to be 18th. Ronald Henry, 19th. Christopher Serpulli, 20th. Andy Carpenter, the son of Roy Carpenter, who set the outside pole, Andy rolls off 21st. TJ Graves, the modified superstar, going to roll off 22nd. James Gagne, 23rd. And rounding out the starting lineup here for the trucks is Kenny Baum Jr.
Kenny Baum Jr., a strong competitor in any series he runs in, so I'm expecting to see him make some noise tonight.
All right, field beginning to roll off here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We've got 80 action-packed laps ahead of us. I mentioned the modified rolling over at Uno battle at the beach, and driver is okay. But it was a terrific crash here. We'll be covering all the action from the Uno battle at the beach tomorrow on the TSTV pit stop, which later in the race will unveil something pretty interesting that you guys won't want to miss out on. Lights are off on the iRacing.com Ford Mustang Pace Car Zine. That means we are getting ready to crank them up at Charlotte.
Oh, most definitely. I can't wait. Let's get this thing green. Let's get some racing going on. Let's see these trucks get lit.
Here we go. Pace car getting ready to pull down onto pit road. We are getting ready to start 80 laps. Dylan Jones will lead them to the green flag. There it is. We're racing at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Look at Thomas Lee right on his bumper, not giving any room.
Oh, trouble. That's Roy Carpenter almost around. And they're stacking up behind him in a huge crash off the corner number 2. The whole field is involved. Oh, and a vicious hit on the inside wall.
Philip Willis. Ryan that Brett spot. I tell you what, the only smart man out of that entire group of trucks was Rodney Kramer starting on pit road. Instead of with the pack there.
Brian Terry hit the inside wall. The time we saw his truck actually get airborne and knock the inside wall so hard. Man, and there has to be at least 15 trucks involved in this first lap, maybe.
I see 15, 16, and here we are on board with Silent Thunder as he tries to drive through this in his number 1 truck.
I think everybody just bunches up in front of him, and there is look at there, absolutely nowhere to go. When you're in that kind of situation, he gets hit from behind. Just mayhem on the first lap here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Brian Terry's truck almost went over that inside wall. Man, not a way these guys wanted to start off the night here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Well, they came ready.
I think, though, Matt, I don't know if it's too late or not, Kenny Baum Jr. back here in the 45. A bunch of the other guys back here, William Roberts, a 15 car, I can't get a name on that, TJ Graves, a bunch of these guys, they were able to slow it down enough to ease their way past this crash. So a bunch of guys in the very back of the pack were able to get by with no damage.
Yeah, some guys were very fortunate. There was a lot of them where it was unbelievable wreck, almost like a Daytona wreck.
Look at all the trucks down on pit road. Mangled metal is the phrase of the night so far. We're gonna take a quick commercial here at No Bull TV. Get everything sorted up, get our breath caught, and give these guys a chance to repair their trucks, and we'll be right back. We are back here at there we go. No Bull TV. Sorry, I'm just so used to saying TSTV. Of course, No Bull TV, a production of TSTV, and No Bull Motorsports come together to form No Bull TV. But the lights are off on the iRacing.com Ford Mustang pace car. We're getting ready to crank these trucks back up. For the first time tonight, this will be the first restart of the night. Caution coming out on lap 1. Big gaggle of trucks over in corner number 2. The pace car getting ready to pull down on the pit road. Dylan Jones, Thomas Lee, front row, bringing them back to the green flag. There it is. Jones gets a good jump, and the rest of the field starting to stack up just a little bit. Clean restart.
Definitely a lot cleaner restart that we just saw here. The pack here 2 by 2 a little bit, some of it single file, but everyone I think right now after that wreck is just trying to get the trucks up under them and get to a rhythm.
Just looking back through the field, looks where K-Bomb's jumped up. He started dead last in this thing. He's up to 7th, corner number 4. Everybody's still clean as we complete lap number 5.
I talked about it before this race. Kenny Baum Jr., he's the driver. He knows how to wheel any vehicle you put him in. So these guys better watch out here, No Bull, because he's on his way to the front as he just made his way around, moving him up to 6th now.
Battle for the lead, 29, all over the rear bumper of Jones. That's Keith in the 29, right behind right behind Keith, that's Lee in the 33, and then we have Roy Carpenter and Matt Hoos closing up on them, so we could have a 5-truck battle for the lead as we complete lap number 6.
I heard, Ben, they're having a big scrap metal sale on the infield right now.
Oh, definitely. After that first crash off the number 2, battle for the lead up here is heating up. Keith all over the rear bumper of that number 11 of Dylan Jones. You can see a bunch of trucks still limping it down pit road. After that first collision, we are on board with O'Keefe as he looks to make his way around Dylan Jones within the next few laps. Battle for 4th. Matt Hoos looking to get under Roy Carpenter to the back straightaway. Hoos and Carpenter, they're side by side.
They're side by side right now, but that's giving Kenny Baum Jr. back there in 6th a little bit of time here to catch up to the bumper of Roy Carpenter as they're trying to run down the leaders of Dylan Jones, O'Keefe, and Lee.
Bump Hoos to 4th. Carpenter back to 5th, and now Baum bump him up into that battle for a top 5 position as well. Up for the lead, Dylan Jones scooted up the track just a little bit. Did not try and make a move. Now Kenny Baum Jr. looking to get around Roy Carpenter. That's battle for 5th. Off of corner number 4, they're side by side. Baum, does he get him at the line?
Kenny Baum's got him at the line, and he's on a tear right now. But on a tear, look at Dylan D. Jones, Kevin O'Keefe.
Oh, Travelers left traffic, no, and Dylan Jones goes around. Oh no, in the top 6, top 7.
Oh,
Not a huge crash.
Matt Hoos was in there. Everybody's in there. Looks like Kenny Baum, just a little bit of damage on the front nose, but that's it.
William Roberts, the lap truck, causing mayhem for the leaders. Oh my. Jones ran up on him so quick, and then O'Keefe was behind Jones. O'Keefe went high to avoid Roberts as well, and then
had nowhere to go.
Lee piles in, Hoos piles in, Baum piles in, Roy Carpenter piles in. Top 7 gone right there. Kenny Baum, he might have escaped that with the least amount of damage. Man, 2 big ones so far in only 10 laps here in the Truck Series. Yeah, Baum might have just wrinkled up his front nose, didn't have too big a hit right there. Kevin O'Keefe being scored as the leader. I'm pretty sure those guys will definitely be coming down pit road though. There they go. Bunch of drivers coming down pit road. And We're just looking at each other up here in the booth. We're all speechless. We don't know what the...
I'm still trying to figure out what happened. We were racing and then chaos. I don't know what to say. It was watch the back half of the field from 6 on back get involved into a wreck, and now we watch 1st to 6 get involved in a wreck. Who is going to come out here clean tonight?
Looks like everybody's going to have some damage on their trucks tonight, the way things are going. But just saw Kenny Baum down pit road, and he was on and off pretty quick, so apparently the crew didn't find too much wrong with that truck besides the original nose.
We are 1/8 of the race through here, and I still got more than left to go here. TJ Graves, though, in that number 15 truck, he's already starting to run down on that apron structure. Sounds like maybe clutched that truck, so he might be playing a fuel strategy game here. Graves, he started way back in the, he started 22nd, 2 spots in front of last. So give it up for Graves. He's doing a good job. Andy Carpenter, he started right in front of Graves in 21st. Owen Sidlick, he started 9th. He's running, he's a few laps down, excuse me, for that. We're going to try and get this scoring updated here, and we'll run you through the top 10.
And here comes Graves down pit road.
Graves probably going to top off real quick here as we wait for the trucks to pass over the line. We'll have to get you an updated scoring next time by. But it does look like K-Bomb will be leading them off here. Last night, Zane, didn't mean to cut over you there. Last night, K-Bomb made his first start in the Cup Series. Got crashed out about midway through tonight. He's already been involved in a crash, but he's back up to the lead. So maybe he's turned his luck around, and maybe K-Bomb can walk up there and upset the guys here at Noble in his first race out.
I've been hanging out with Kenny Baum for a while now, and I can tell you, every time we hang out, he talks about these Noble guys. He's like, man, I need to get in there. I can take these guys. Remember, he also won in the OIL League at Charlotte, so he's a previous winner at this track. He knows what he needs to do. I'm telling you, I'm going to keep my eyes on him all race because he's got something to prove here to the Noble racers.
If I'm not mistaken, he also finished top 3 in his division in the Fixed Truck Series last season in the iRacing Official Series. So Baum definitely has a good background here. As we look out of the rear end of Kenny Baum, you can see Chris Chirigotis. He's back there in 2nd. Then we go back to Rodney Kramer, James Gagne 4th, and Brad Spidell rounds out the top 5. Phil with Silent Thunder back there in 6th. Wayne Finley, good run for him, up to 7th. Roy Carpenter will be 8th. And let me see if my scoring will update here. Joseph Goodwin.
Looks like Joseph Goodwin.
Dylan Jones, your pole sitter, will be back in 10th position. As the lights go off on the iRacing.com Ford Mustang pace car, we're going to see if we can't crank them up here again.
Yep, we're going to crank him up again here, but you know what I'm going to wonder about? We got K-Bomb on, starting to lead us off here. We got Chris Chirigotis outside of him. K-Bomb's front end looks like he hit a piece of, I guess, rebar in a construction site somewhere right now. So I don't know how fast he's going to be on this restart here.
Gotta wonder about that radiator. I don't know. This crew must have looked it over, deemed it safe to head on back out, and we are getting ready to go back green flag racing with Bob as the leader. Caution number 2 being served. We get ready to complete lap 14, start working on 15. 80 laps tonight here in the Truck Series. As the field heads off a corner, number 4, pace car pulls down on the pit road. Kenny Baum Jr. and Chris Chirigotis front row for this restart. Green flag back in the air. We're racing at Charlotte.
Kenny and Chris Shiragotis are going to lead things side by side going into one.
They are side by side. Rodney Kramer able to stay to the rear bumper of Bomb. Down the back straightaway. 3 wide for the lead as they head down into corner number 3.
3 wide. Oh, Chris Shiragotis
Oh!
over to Kenny Bob Jr.
Shiragotis into the wall. Buck Kramer to the lead and Shiragotis is sideways. Whoa!
Oh!
He tags the car coming down on the pit road. I don't think the caution is out though.
No caution. He pulled it down the track. He pulled it through a hole the size of my forearm or bigger.
Which isn't that big. No, I'm kidding. Back up to the lead. Rodney Kramer pulled an outstanding move, and he is now in the lead with K-Bomb trying to catch him down with Brad Speidel rounding out the top 3. Look back there, who's in 4th? Philip Willis as we head back to this replay of Chris Shiragotis. He just got that wall, truck stuck to that wall, and then when he turned off of it, the thing just jumped sideways with him. And wow, I don't see how anybody else could hit him there.
Both a prayer and a little bit of luck.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I'm moved by career. I'm just, wow. You knew 3 wide there going into turn 3, somebody was going to come out losing, and Shiragotis definitely was just trying to keep it off of Kramer, got to the wall.
I think we watched it last night, especially in the Cup Series, with those Cup drivers. Just something about Indy just kind of gave them the weird feeling. We were under a lot of caution. A lot of those guys made the trip last night from Indy here to Charlotte to race the trucks here. So you got to wonder, some of those are probably feeling the ill effects of last night.
Kenny Baum Jr. not able to really close that gap between he and Kramer, but Speidel has been able to close the gap between his front bumper and Baum's rear end. And to the back straightaway, Speidel closing as they head down in the corner number 3. That's going to be a battle for second.
Speidel slowly sneaking up to the bumper of Kenny Baum Jr. While that's been going on. And here we are looking at the rear end of Kenny Baum Jr. at Speidel trying to make the charge. And if you look back behind Speidel just a little bit, there's Philip Willis in the number 1 car getting around Roy Carpenter to move up to 4th. And he's trying to bring that pack. And here comes Speidel around the inside of Kenny Baum Jr. to go to 2nd. Move him to 2nd. Kenny Baum back to 3rd.
Gotta wonder if that damage on the front end of Baum's truck might be doing something with the aero package. Here, you never know, because that, like you said a while ago, Zane, that front end is wrinkled up.
It looks like he had an ex-girlfriend take a baseball bat to the front end.
Update on the battle at the beach. Kyle Larson starting on the outside of the front row of Ted Ziggity. 15 laps to go in that race. But up here, we've got, just over 60 laps to go. And Baum, he's up on that rear bumper of Speidel. He wants 2nd position back.
Hey, when you're drafting, that front end doesn't matter at all because you got that truck in front of you using him as the front end.
One truck just blew it up on the apron there. It looks like Chris Shiragotis, not sure. Matt Foose, he's down there on the apron. I think Baum and Speidel, they're trying to get just in a line here and see if they can't reel down Rodney Kramer with the draft. Back here, though, for 7th, Chad Osborne, Dylan Jones, and Kevin O'Keefe there in a battle right here. Is Jones
Dylan Jones on the inside?
Yeah, Jones looking to the inside, down the front straightaway. Chad Osborne. Osborne just kind of pulls to the side there to say, hey, go ahead, you got the faster car.
Here we got a battle for the top 5. Sorry, Ben, didn't mean to walk over you there. We've got James Gagne and Roy Carpenter, it looks like. And here goes Gagne on the inside of Roy Carpenter down the dogleg into turn 1.
Been a good run so far for Carpenter.
Oh, kind of the bumper on him.
Kind of reminiscent of a Kilcrease crossover there. He almost pulled it off there, just didn't quite have, Gagne didn't quite have enough momentum for Carpenter to close back down the front there.
He just kind of was like, I need to close the door and get up there quick.
Yeah. Coming to complete lap 24 this time, working on lap 25. Dylan Jones, he's going to be working on the rear end of Carpenter in corner number 1 and 2. Carpenter looking back to the inside of Gagne. They're side by side. That's for the 5th position. Dylan Jones looking to make it around as well.
He's trying to find a hole to make it in. Oh, right on the bumper, Roy Carpenter. Now he's looking inside. And he's just going to float it through the corner here and wait. Here he goes. They're coming in. Carpenter on the inside of Gagne. Dylan C. Jones on the bumper of Carpenter. Say, let's go, guy. Come on.
They're side by side. 5th, Jones trying to get around him. He might pull a Kramer to the back straightaway. No. Gagne got up in the marbles down in corner number 1 and 2. And back here, Kevin O'Keefe, he is a lap down, but he's still battling. Carpenter enters a little bit high. Here comes Jones trying to stick it in low. We got a spinner down on the apron. He's not going to cause any caution, I don't believe. Caution is out. Caution is out. I do believe that is for the 33 car of Thomas Lee. Getting caution out here for the 3rd time tonight. I tell you what, Rodney to the pit stops here. They do decide to pit.
Oh, we got to see what's going to happen here. We're at lap 28, going to 29, a little under halfway. Who's going to go down pit road? Who's going to stay out? I'm really thinking Kenny Baum Jr. is going to come down. He's got to get some of that damage repaired if he can, get the fenders rubbed out, put some 4 fresh tires on it. But the question I got to see is Rodney Kramer, Brad Spidell, Philip Willis, Kenny Baum Jr., Roy Carpenter, Dylan C. Jones even, because he was tearing through the field pretty quickly. Who's going to come down pit road and get some free tires? Andy, it looks like you got the entire field coming your way, buddy. What's going on down there?
Yeah, they are heading down pit road, Zane, and Kenny Baum's going to be the first one into his pit stall here, and I don't think he's going to be looking for 4 tires. Probably just 2 and load that thing with fuel, maybe beat out that front end again, but yeah, he's only taking 2 tires, it looks like. Oh, he's taking 4. They changed, threw an audible out there, and no, he is taking 4. Might as well while you're under this caution, but he's off and away now at his stall. Looks like everybody's pretty much taking 4 tires on this one with the free stop here under caution. Philip Willis is out. Brad Spidell. They're all coming out now.
It looks like Kenny Baum Jr. is going to beat everybody off the pit road, too.
Update you on future episodes. Matt Hoos. Big storyline right there. Law Dog, the big honcho. Picked him to win tonight. Not going to work out for him. He finished around 20th position. Not a good run for him involved in that first lap caution, as well as William Roberts. He's pulled it behind the wall as well. Looks like K-Mom going to lead them off again here. We'll have to see. Update, Uno battle at the beach. Kyle Larson spun the tires, got hit from behind. He is now going to have to go to the pits. And I tell you what, we're going to cover all of that and more tomorrow on the pit stop. We'll talk about the ARCA race at Daytona, the Boarfest 200, the Lucas Oil 200, and we'll also talk about the Sprint Unlimited, and we'll take our picks for the Daytona 500. So you won't want to miss tomorrow night. And oh, by the way, Andy, new feature on the pit stop tomorrow. Viewers will now be able to call in to chat about whatever topic we're on. So that's a new feature we're going to introduce tomorrow, and we'll see how it goes. But if you're a viewer, we'll give you a number. You can call it, and you'll be able to chat it up with Andy, Matt, and I.
Yeah, it'll be fun, Ben. I can't wait to get all these phone calls. Just hope there's not this guy from Austin, Texas with a beard that calls, because I really don't want to deal with him tomorrow night. But other than that, I'm looking forward to calls from listeners.
we have to put up with them enough trying to get our autograph here at the racetrack, and we might have to keep that phone number away
those
from them.
autographs
Zane.
sell for a lot on eBay, guys. Let's not forget that. Also, my cell phone doesn't work where I'm going, so yeah, don't worry. I'll just go ahead and just find somebody else who has a cell phone and call and act like it's not my number. We'll have Mickey Mouse call in or something.
Oh boy. All right. Well, let's see if we can't get the lights off on the Speedway this time. Bob gonna lead them off to.
I think you mean the pace car there, Ben, because if we turn the lights off on the Speedway, we're not racing anymore.
Well, you can turn the lights off on the Speedway. There's caution lights around the Speedway. You guys know what I meant. And I get whispered in my ear that it's not the Super Bowl. All right, Bob's going to lead them back to the green flag this time by, look who is in second. Silent Thunder, we like to call him, Philip Willis, getting ready to restart on the outside.
And I think Philip Willis has figured out, hey, I need to get up front quick here, especially with the way things are working out. He may want to get around Kenny Baum, start leading these laps, and just stay out front for the rest of the night, because we may go green. We may see about 6 more cautions. You never know.
We're getting ready to go back green with just under 50 laps to go. Checkered flag in the air, the Uno battle of the beach. So the modified portion is done. K&N is next. We'll keep you updated throughout the live broadcast here tonight at the Angelo Painting Truck Series.
Hey, Ben. I'm just
Yes,
going to tell you
man.
something real quick here, man. Take a look in the 5th position, the 11 truck. That's Dylan C. Jones. And if I remember correctly, he restarted pretty far back on that last set, that last restart, and moved all the way up to the top 5. So these guys better watch out because he is hungry and he is ready to go.
Set the quick time involved in the incident when he had to get around that lap car. So pretty sure, like you said, he is hungry to get back up there and lead this thing. Pace car getting ready to pull down off of onto pit road, off the track onto pit road. Bomb is in control. Willis getting a little bit excited outside. Green flag in the air. We're going to go back racing. And Bomb might have missed the gear or something. Willis beat him to the line. Not sure if he can do that here.
I don't think he can. Willis did give the position back, so we'll see what happens.
Clean through one. To the back straightaway. Willis get caught on that outside. Here comes Kramer looking to the inside again.
Kramer looking on the inside of Kenny Baum Jr., but he's bringing Dylan C. Jones with him.
Whoa, Slidell and Willis. They get a little bit close off the corner number 4. Side by side for second. Side by side for fourth. Who's going to get it to turn number 1? Baum trying to use that outside. Keep it momentum up as they head through corner number 1 and 2.
And he's going to hold him off, but there's Dylan C. Jones and Philip Willis side by side as we come out of 2, going down the backstretch for 3rd.
Look at the run. Baum gone off of corner number 2. He was able to pull up to the rear end of Rodney Kramer that time. Through 3 and 4. Jones pushes up a little bit. He had to get out of it. Here comes Kenny Baum Jr. on the rear bumper of Rodney Kramer for the lead. Baum in the grass.
Wow, I thought they were going to wreck there for a moment there, but here comes Philip Willis on the inside. Kenny Baum better get back on it because here he comes.
Side by side, that's second. Baum has it for the time being. Willis wants it to the back straightaway. Now Brad Speidel easing up to the high side of Philip Willis, trying to pinch him down that high side, saying coming alive here in the early going at Charlotte.
Well, Brad Speidel's really coming alive on the outside. So is Dylan C. Jones still. He's been flirting with these guys back here, just hanging out, waiting for his time to shine. But Brad Speidel on the bumper of Kenny Baum Jr. Kenny Baum on the bumper of Rodney Kramer as we come out of 2. Looking on the inside and down the backstretch.
Side-by-side battle for the lead. Baum looking to the inside. Into corner number 3. Kramer, is he going to be able to stay on that high side? Yes, he does. Look at the momentum that Kramer gets. Brad Speidel, he's looking to make that outside work as well. To the front straightaway. They're almost 3 wide for the lead. And Speidel gets a little bit sideways. And the lead, though, back to Kramer.
Yeah, but we got a 2-car battle here for second. Speidel, Kenny Baum, Speidel, Kenny Baum. Who's going to get it?
Speidel. Whoa! They touched!
Great save right there. 3 wide. Now we can try to get back in line.
Great save by Baum. And Spidell, look at him up there so high he can see the resorts on Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Brad Spidell making the outside work here at Charlotte.
Nobody better hold on because Philip Willis and Dylan T. Jones have been running side by side for third for about the past 3 laps.
The battle going on all the way through the top 5. Here comes Baum looking back to the inside of Roy Carpenter. Baum trying to get back into the top 5.
He is not giving up. He almost spun out. Now he's back on it. Now he's battling Roy Carpenter.
He gets it sideways down the front straightaway again. That time by, and he hands it back to Carpenter for the time being. Top 6, 7, 8, tail to nose.
On board with Kenny Baum, looking up front at Roy Carpenter, Philip Willis, Dylan T. Jones, Brad Spidell, tongue top, and our leader, Rodney Kramer.
Kramer really has a good truck in the early going. Haven't really been able to get a long run going here. Have to see how he is in the long run, but so far, Kramer looks like he might be the truck to beat tonight. Jones, though, all over the rear end of Brad Spidell. Through corner number 34. Jones looking to the inside, side by side for a top 2 position to the front straightaway.
And it looks like it takes Dylan T. Jones just a little bit of time here to get that truck up and running, but now he's starting to charge up front. Brad Spidell battling back on the outside line. We've watched it all night. You can keep the RPMs revved up as he's side by side with Dylan T. Jones.
Look at Willis. He's trying to ease up this time by. Rodney Kramer will see the cross flags halfway through this 80-lap feature here at Charlotte. And whoa, Jones puts a slide job to Spidell. Bump Jones to second. Now Willis trying to get to the inside and battle for the 3rd position.
Willis is trying to get that run on the inside of Brad Spidell. We've watched. Whoa, they got close. And here comes Roy Carpenter behind Philip Willis. But here comes, Brad Spidell not saying quit as he looks to pass Dylan T. Jones once again.
Tell you, Ben, they might be learning something here with these rear spoilers, the way they're shaped and how these trucks are running tonight. They might learn something new here.
Sorry, I got a little bit quiet right there on the radio. I was watching the Uno Battle of the Beach. Mike Stefanik got spun on the last lap for the lead, using some choice language. We've had our own choice language. Whoa! Baum up the track. Sorry, I was about to mention Baum. He's had his own choice of language on a few other broadcasts, but back
here
up
comes Gagne
here
on the inside of Kenny Baum right now.
Yeah, Gagne, that's a battle for the 6th position, and they're getting tight over here through corner number 1 and 2, excuse me. Look who is easing up, though, on that rear bumper of Rodney Kramer. 2, 3, and 4, Dylan Jones starting to come alive. He's hungry for that lead.
I heard they started playing the Jaws theme song because, Kramer in the wall a little bit. Dylan T. Jones under him, going for the lead. Looks like he's going to take it from him. Move Dylan T. Jones to the 1st position. Rodney Kramer back to 2nd.
They were side by side there for a little bit. Rodney Kramer has the momentum off of corner number 2. Can he pull a crossover to the back straightaway? Kramer. Oh, look at that. We got a signature kill crease crossover out of Kramer into corner number 3. Side by side for the lead. This is giving Brad Spidell a huge chance to get caught up to these guys. And if he can get to the outside of Kramer, he might be contending for the lead. It's Jones at the line. Back time.
They're still side by side as we go into turn 1. It's Jones, it's Kramer, it's Jones. Who's going to get it? It looks like Jones is going to get the run he needs, taking the outside line.
Jones has the position for the time being, but the top 3, tail to nose. Kramer probably going to have to start and work that high side if he wants anything to do with Jones through 3 and 4.
As we've watched these trucks battle here for 46, 45 laps now, we kind of see it. The bottom line just gets bogged down for some reason. That high line is just rolling through like there's no problem. Whoa, Brad Spidell under Rodney Kramer going for second. They almost touched a little bit. Move Rodney Kramer back to third. Brad Spidell to second.
Kramer really got into turn one a little bit crazy down there. And he was up in the high side, a little bit sideways. Spidell saw a great moment to get up under him right there. So bump Spidell back to the lead. Back to second, excuse me. Philip Willis fourth. He's being caught a little bit by Roy Carpenter. Roy Carpenter a little bit sideways. They've done into turn number one. Then you have Kenny Baum Jr. back here in sixth, closely followed by Kevin O'Keefe, who is seventh, and then James Gagne rounds out the top eight.
But as I look through the field here, it's really hard to find a truck that has no damage on it right now.
Tell me about it. We have had some major pileups here in the early going at Charlotte. Here goes, bounces it off the wall down in corner number one. He's a few laps down. Battle for the lead. It may start to heat up here again because look at Brad Spidell through 3 and 4. He and Rodney Kramer closing that gap to Dylan Jones.
Yep, and he's bringing with them. Rodney Kramer was coming with Brad Spidell. But we've watched this happen. They'll run up to the bumper, they'll get to him, then they'll drop back off a little bit like the tires just get too hot. They'll let them cool back down, then make the run again. I'm just wondering if maybe that happened to Rodney Kramer since he was up front the whole time, just running full blast and not really conserving.
Could be. Brad Spidell, you've seen him work that high side like no other guy tonight. To the front straightaway, top three. Safe to say that they are tail to nose as we complete lap number 49, working 50. This time by, we'll have 30 to go at Charlotte. Spidell gets a good run off of corner number 2, using the draft to the back straightaway. Spidell able to close up on the rear bumper.
On board with Brad Spidell as he chases down Dylan C. Jones going into one right now. Gets to the bumper as we watch him here. Let's see if he can't sneak up all the way to try to make that pass going into 3, Ben.
He's going to have to get him coming off the corner, I do believe. That's where he's going to have to make the pass. Into corner number 3. He's been as close as he's ever been. And it looks as if Spidell is starting to back his corners up a little bit more. And like you said, lap traffic, will they play a factor into tonight's race? Lap traffic now going a little bit high. One up into the truck. That's Brian Neff, the next truck. He's going to give way to the back straightaway.
Look at Spidell using the draft of Brian Neff to try to catch Dylan Jones.
Jones's corner was messed up there, 2-3, so Spidell able to close the gap just a little bit. This time by, how many is that? 38 laps to go, 28, excuse me.
Spidell is trying to catch Jones with all his might right now. And Kramer is trying to catch Spidell. But it looks like Spidell's caught up to the bumper of Jones. He's looking to the inside. There he goes. We're going side by side into turn 3.
Not going to be able to pull it off that time. Like I said, going to have to get side by side with him coming off the corner. But he didn't make a good run. Here comes Rodney Kramer, though, sneaking up to the rear end of Brad Spidell as well. We are on board with Dylan Jones as you look back to the 2 trucks right behind. They are extremely close. So close you could throw a blanket over the top 3. Good racing here in the closing laps at Charlotte. You also have to wonder if we'll have to make another pit stop for fuel.
Oh, and look at Brad Spidell getting the run on Dylan Jones. Looking to the inside, he's at the quarter panel. He's going to the door. They're nose to nose now, going into 1. What's going to happen here as we come through turn 1, going into 2? Spidell's got him. We're coming out of turn 2. But Jones has got the run on the outside. It looks like Spidell's going to hold him off here, but the long backstretch, Ben.
They're side by side. Rodney Kramer known for making it 3 wide. I was wondering if he was going to do it heading into corner number 3 right there. Top 3 are tail to nose. Spidell looking to get back under Jones to the front straightaway. Not going to make it happen this time by.
Let's see if
I've been
Spidell
watching
can make
the-
another run.
Been watching the one truck, and he's been slowly closing that gap. He and Roy Carpenter. They might have been saving their tires for the later run here. Back straightaway, Spidell looking to the inside. We're going to go side by side for the lead yet again. Not going to be able to do anything, though, on that inside line.
Not going to be able to do anything but give Rodney Kramer a chance to come up here and battle for the lead. But now he is right on the bumper, Brad Spidell. And he better watch out because one mistake, and that's going to move Rodney Kramer to second.
Through corner number 2. Here we go. Spidell gets that good run. This is where he's going to have to make his move. I said coming off is where he's going to have to make it. He has a good run off of 2, heading down into corner number 3. He's going to have to make it stick on the inside. They're still side by side for the lead. Corner number 4. Rodney Kramer gets a good run.
Yep, and here comes Brad Spidell inside of Dylan C. Jones. Is he going to get it? He's bringing Rodney Kramer with him door to door. Spidell, Jones, who's going to get the position coming out of turn 2?
We complete this lap. 22 laps to go. We're still side by side for the lead. That's Jones on the high side in the 11. Spidell on the inside in the 76.
Looks like Jones is going to get the run, though, coming into 3. But watch Rodney Kramer back there because he keeps peeking around like, am I going to make it 3 wide? Am I going to stay 2 wide? 3 wide or 2 wide?
Oh, hello, Philip Willis. Yeah. Philip Willis closing in these final few laps when they were battling it out for the lead. Roy Carpenter's not too far behind them. Spidell, he jumped up to the high groove, and look at the momentum he gets off of corner number 2.
Looking inside of Dylan C. Jones, and here comes Philip Willis trying to look on the inside
Jones.
of Rodney Kramer. Oh, there's a 3-way train coming on the inside of Jones. Move him back to 3rd.
Jones got up in the marbles, and he just got extremely loose and gave the position to Brad Spidell. Bumped Spidell to the lead. Kramer to 2nd, and Philip Willis to 3rd. And, Dylan Jones went all the way back to 4.
Man, tough break for Dylan Jones, but you know what? There's still 20 laps of racing to go. And I was just about to say, Ben, we usually see Philip Willis show up in the top 5 or the top 3 about this time. So get ready for some thunder and lightning.
20 laps to go. The field getting the signal right now off of 4. Top 4, tail to nose on the front straightaway. Rodney Kramer looking to maybe make his way around Brad Spidell, backing his corners up extremely back. He's getting off the gas real early in the corners, trying to get that good run off. He does get a good run off the back, off of 2 to the back straightaway into corner number 3. Not going to be able to make a move now. Philip Willis has a rear end full of Dylan Jones, though.
Dylan Jones is all on the rear end of Philip Willis. Philip Willis is all on the rear end of Rodney Kramer. And now that's pushing Rodney Kramer to the rear end of Brad Spidell. These guys are racing like it's the last lap, and we still have 18 laps to go.
We might have a full truck technical form here within the next few laps. This is getting exciting. Jones looking to the high side. He's going to make it work around Philip Willis. Look at Jones pull up, and we got drivers coming down on the pit road. That's Brad Spidell and Rodney Kramer. They're all down pit road. Spidell gives up the lead. Kramer gave up 3rd, and Kramer gave up 2nd. Philip Willis gave up 3rd. Andy, they're all right there in one spot. What's happening?
They all come down. They're all 3 spots right here. And it looks like Philip Willis, fuel only, and he is gone. Right side tires for Kramer. And Spidell's taking 4 tires. So 3 different strategies here. Let's see what's going to happen.
Wow, Philip Willis, of course, will get out ahead of them. He has played pit strategy before like that and gone on to a victory. Dylan Jones down pit road, though. Andy, what have they been talking about on the radio? What are they going to do, or do they even know yet?
They've been scratching their heads, kind of wondering. They were staying out for an extra lap to see what everyone else did, but it looks like Dylan Jones right now, they're jacking up the right side. They're going to put right side tires on this thing, pack this baby full of fuel. Now they're going up on the left side, so they give him 4 tires. So he's taking the same strategy as Brad Spidell on this one, 4 tires of fuel. I don't know if that's going to help them or hurt them here in the late stages if this stays green.
Philip Willis will be the leader here when all this cycles through. Maybe Baum being scored as a leader at the time being. Baum's going to be coming down pit road, so I think that's going to hand the lead over to Philip Willis, and we've got a while to go before we get back to Rodney Kramer. So Philip Willis might have played the strategy correctly this time by. Bunch of other trucks coming down on the pit road. Mitch Lennon, James Goodwin, Kenny Baum Jr., and who is that? That's James Gagne, completely missing his pit stall.
2 tires for Kenny Baum. 2 tires and fuel, and he's off.
We're going to let everything get sorted out here. We've got trucks racing all around the track. We're not going to confuse any of you guys watching. Going to try and get you everything up to date here. We do know that we are within laps to go, so we are getting down into crunch time here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Philip Willis going to jump to the lead, but look at two-truck tango behind him. Kevin O'Keefe and Rodney Kramer, they're not too far behind. The 2.5 to the front straightaway, and they are catching Willis. They are catching Willis in a heartbeat. They closed that time a 0.5 second.
Willis is by himself, so you're kind of going to see it happen. The draft is going to be a lot stronger than it is with one car out there by himself.
You have to go back to Baum. He's 4th. Brad Spidell is 5th. And look, Philip Willis is getting caught off of corner number 4. 12 laps to go at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
12 laps to go. Philip Willis has got to hold off of charging Kevin O'Keefe and Rodney Kramer and still be able to dodge lap traffic in front of him. So he's got his hands full here.
Philip Willis might just be trying to save those tires for the battle with these two guys. We'll have to wait and see. They have closed the door significantly on that lap, and they're now on the rear bumper. Let's go ahead and run through the top 10, though, Zane. Philip Willis, your leader. Kevin O'Keefe, Rodney Kramer, Kenny Baum Jr. 4th. Brad Spidell rounds out the top 5.
Dylan Jones back there in 6th. Roy Carpenter is in 7th. TJ Graves in 8th. Chad Osborne in 9th. And Wayne Finley, old Wayne Finley back there is rounding out the top 10.
For the lead.
And we got a battle for the lead. Kevin O'Keefe on the front. Philip Willis looking to the inside as we go to the front straightaway in the stripe. That may have been given to Kevin O'Keefe, and he's bringing Ronald Henry with him as we go into him.
There's a lap car up ahead. Rodney Kramer, Kevin O'Keefe. They worked their way, or O'Keefe has worked his way around Willis. Now Kramer going to try and work his way around him as well. Ronald Henry is the lap truck ahead. Does he play a factor to the finish of this one? Off of corner number 4. They're still side by side for the 2nd position. And Henry is, he's going to give some leeway to the leaders. Kevin O'Keefe running away with it, though. Kramer finally able to pull that down in front of Philip Willis into the back straightaway. Kramer now going to try and see if he can catch Kevin O'Keefe. This time by 8 laps to go at Charlotte. This is going to come down to the wire. Still 4 laps. They're going to give way. Does Kramer have anything for Kevin O'Keefe? Does Willis have anything for Kramer? Through 3 and 4. Kramer closing the gap He's closing the gap ever so slightly. 7 to go at Charlotte. Here comes Kramer. Here comes Kramer. He's almost on the bumper. Going around Norman Sidlick, the 05 lap truck. Kramer is able to close that. He is closing that gap ever so slightly. Is he going to be able to close it in time, though? This time by, it'll be 6 to go. We're up here just looking at each other. We don't know what's going to happen. Kramer is trying to close that gap, and he has been able to do it. And off of corner number 2, he gets a heck of a run to the back straightaway. And in the corner number 3, here comes Rodney Kramer into 6th. This time by, Kevin O'Keefe will have 5 to go at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Brian Neff, lap track ahead of him. Through 1 and 2. Kramer gets a little bit loose to the center of the corner, but off. He has got a head full of steam to the back straightaway. Rodney Kramer has been able to close that gap, and he can now fill the draft of Kevin O'Keefe. 4 to go. And when we cross the line now, got Circoli and Thomas Lee, 2 lap trucks ahead of them. And look at the gaggle of trucks behind these guys with Brad Spidell, Kenny Baum, Norman Sidlick, Dylan Jones, Ronald Henry, a bunch of guys back there. But the battle up on the track right now is for the lead.
This has been a good battle going on because we've watched it here, Ben, as Rodney Kramer is running to the bumper of O'Keefe and then back up, but O'Keefe caught up the left traffic, pinned upside.
Sir Coy got it sideways off of 4 and had nowhere to go, and O'Keefe caught up to the rear of him, but it didn't look like it put that big of a gap. Actually, O'Keefe was able to gain a little bit to the back straightaway. They're going to be running up on Thomas Lee this time. I don't know if they'll be able to catch him, though. This time by, popsicle sticks are going to go in the air. 2 to go at Charlotte.
2 to go here at Charlotte with Kramer's on a run. Look at him just kind of starting to catch up again. Closing the length between him and Kevin O'Keefe as we go into 1.
Got a battle way back for 4th, but that's going to be anything major back there. We do have a battle, though, for the lead. This time by, off of corner number 4, Kevin O'Keefe will see that white flag in the air. 1 to go at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Does Rodney Kramer have anything left in that truck? He might be too far back. He might have used it up trying to catch him in the final 10 or so laps. Through 1 and 2, Kevin O'Keefe looks good to the back straightaway. Kramer's able to close. I don't think he's going to be able to make any ground, though. Enough ground up through 3 and 4. Kevin O'Keefe started 5th, and he's going to come off of corner number 4, get the checkered flag. Kevin O'Keefe gets the win at Charlotte.
Kevin O'Keefe
Rodney
first.
Kramer,
Rodney
second.
Kramer.
Philip Willis rounds out the top 3. We are going to catch our breaths up here in the booth, head to a quick break. We're going to get all of our guys down on the pit road, get you some driver interviews, and run you through the final running order here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We'll be right back on No Bull TV. We are back here at No Bull TV, and boy howdy, Zane, what a race in the final few laps there.
Definitely, what a race we saw there, Ben. We saw two tires dominate no tires as Roy Carpenter, Kevin O'Keefe just drove around Philip Willis like he was standing still and taking a nap on the track tonight. But great race, great drives. We saw a bit of chaos in the beginning, but overall, it was a great race. How
It
about you, Ben?
was. It was a good race. All in all, Kramer at the final 10 or so laps, he was closing the gap, and then for some reason, the lap truck that caused problems for O'Keefe, I think actually caused more problems for Kramer because after the incident with that lap truck, um, Kramer just kind of started falling back. But I think Andy has caught up with our third place uh, position winner, I guess you could say, third place position, Philip Willis down there in pit road. Andy, Silent Thunder, top three yet again here in the trucks.
Yes, if you didn't know, Philip, but our guy Zane up in the booth there calls you Silent Thunder because of one reason. You're always up. You're always in the mid pack or so all race long. We don't really hear from you. All of a sudden, you're in the top five at the end, right when it counts. And here you are again tonight with a top three finish here at Charlotte.
Oh man, I wanted that win so bad. I knew it was getting down to the last. It was going to be pit stop strategy right there at the tail end of it, and the truck felt pretty good. I know I did get into some trouble a little bit earlier on in the race, but got the damage fixed and got back out there. And the longer that it stayed green flag, the better the run it seemed to have gotten. I was able to catch back up to the leaders with them racing side by side for a little while, and I knew going into that last pit stop, the only thing I had the chance of to get that win was to take just fuel and go. And I can't believe that the guys took two tires and had that much of an advantage to run me back down because I had them almost at a second and a half going into like 17 laps to go. And I thought I had that one in the bag, fellas. I really did.
Well, overall, I mean, you can't really complain about a third place finish. It's going to help you, as we talked about in the points, with the win already you got this season so far, and with the consistent runs, you just got to maintain and be consistent as each week passes. And third place finish is another one of those. So maybe a win slipped out of your hands, but there is always next week at Daytona, one of your favorite tracks.
I'll do for it. We'll be looking forward to it. And I just want to thank you guys here at Team Explosion for doing the broadcasting deal that y'all do. Y'all do a great job every week. And I want to give a shout out to Michael Angelo's Painting for putting this sponsorship together for this series. I also want to thank No Bull for putting this lead together. They do a heck of a job. And, of course, I can't forget my sponsor, Glock. They're putting one heck of a team together here for this truck season.
Yeah, great run by you, Philip, and third place, and keep that consistency going as we run halfway through the season here next week. And congratulations on that third place finish. And Zane or Ben, I don't know who's got Rodney Kramer, but somebody's got him.
I got Rodney Kramer. Andy, I've ran down here. I've caught up with him. Rodney, great race tonight, man. You put on one heck of a show. Break down those last couple of laps. You're running with Brad Speidel. You got Philip Willis in front of you. You pass Philip Willis. It's you and you and O'Keefe, going for the battle for the win. What happened there at the end, man? What, did you just burn up the tires trying to catch Philip Willis and had nothing for O'Keefe at the end?
Yeah, that was some of it, but that lap car that just about shoved Kevin into the wall, getting by him, I mean, I really checked up because, I mean, there was no place I could go, and so I kind of probably checked up more than I should have, but I was just happy to see that Kevin got through there good, and I just couldn't run him back down.
Yeah, we saw that happen. It just kind of looked like it was just a momentary lapse of judgment on everyone's part. It's like, I'm going to go high. No, don't go high. Go low real quick. But if that would have changed, you think you would have had it? You think you would have had the victory in the bag tonight?
I think so. I think that I was just slowly creeping up on him, and I seemed to be. I think I was better through 3 and 4 than he was, but I think he was better or equal to me in 1 and 2. But it's one thing to catch them; it's another to pass.
Exactly. And we were really watching here tonight. It looked like that low line was a great line to cruise on, but really all the passing was happening on the outside. Can you comment on any of that? You were there, man. You were doing it. What was going on?
It just if you don't. The problem is if you try to go underneath a guy going into the corner, and you can't clear him, then you don't have the right line going back into the next corner. Is what it seems like to me. So that's why that guy would hold and get that run up off the outside, because he had the momentum, and that guy on the bottom just can't keep his momentum, and you just really need the whole track to run a fast lap.
Absolutely correct. And that's our second place finisher, Rodney Kramer. Is there anyone out there you want to thank for the second place finish tonight?
Yep. Noble Motorsports for putting on this, or for having the league, and Mitch Lennon for running this series, and Michael for being an assistant admin and sponsoring it there with his sponsorship, and you guys for televising it. You guys do a great job, and all the drivers out there. Is a good race.
Hey, thank you, Rodney. You put on a great show every weekend in those trucks, man, so we appreciate you for driving your butt off tonight with that second place finish. And I hear Ben is caught up with our first place finisher, Kevin O'Keefe. Ben, is that correct? Are you soaked in champagne or a Gatorade?
It's not champagne, nor Gatorade, nor even Coke Zero. It's Monster Energy, and they're going to need it they're going to be celebrating this win for a long time. Kevin, in those final few laps there, say 10 or so to go, you saw that number 6 truck of Rodney Kramer easing up to your rear bumper. Were you ever afraid there for a moment he was going to be able to catch you and get around you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure he was faster than me, but, only taking 2 tires, once I got the lead, I was actually backing up in 3 and 4, because prior history in this track shows that I overdrive 3 and 4 and burn my tires off. So I was backing up in 3 and 4 as much as I could, but still was able to keep the lead. So, I figured by backing up and only taking 2 tires that he would catch me. But yeah, I finally got some good luck. A lot of people that know me, that follow me, I broadcast all my races on Twitch, my YouTube channel, Rutgers Kev. They know I just got horrible luck, and I got some stuff going on in my personal life, and seems like the luck has turned around. I won a 6:30 race, official race in Daytona Trucks, and I won this, so it's 2 in a row after all this personal stuff. So I think my luck is turning around.
Maybe on a good luck streak. Glad you got all that sorted out. But in the early going of the race, when there was a bunch of side-by-side racing, Kevin, which did you find the best? Did you find the high side the best for your truck, or was it the low side that would be a little bit better for your truck?
Well, there was no question that analysis is right. You got to pass on the high side. I got a credit when I went a lap down. I was following Dylan Jones through the pack, and I really, got to learn how to to pass cars through the pack, following Dylan around, who was pretty much the class of the field. I'm not sure if after I took him out, basically, on the second caution, how damaged his truck was. But it seemed like after the third caution, he was running up there with the leaders. It's just he took 4 tires there at the end. So, but I don't know why. If you look, coming out of the pits, it was me and the 6 side by side. And he did a crossover move. It got to the inside of me. And we hit 3, and I blasted by him on the outside. So I don't know why the outside had so much grip, but with this setup, yeah, that was the way to go.
Kevin, you did a great job pulling out the win in a close finish. Not too close, but maybe a little bit too close for your comfort, with Rodney Kramer there, and of course Philip Willis rounding out the top 3. Kevin, who do you want to thank for this win tonight?
I'd just like to thank the people that support me, my viewers on Twitch. My sponsor, Saran and Fez Show, they're 11 to 3 on Sirius XM. So I guess I thank them.
Sounds great. Kevin, well, congratulations on the win. Andy, you, Matt, and Zane have all got your seats in the infield booth there. Time for the Post Race Show. I'll be catching up with you guys in just a moment. But Andy, Matt, and Zane, what a race tonight. That was real good racing. We had at one point 6-7 cars battling for the lead.
Yeah, it was a great race. It turned out to be a fantastic race. Started off with a couple of huge wrecks that almost reminded us of a Daytona or Talladega race. But Zane, I mean, overall at the end, a couple little spins here or there, but man, it looked like every truck had some damage. But they came out to race and they raced each other hard and clean, and it was a great finish.
Most definitely, Andy. It was a great race through and through. It was no Atlanta that we saw. I don't know if we'll ever get to see another Atlanta in our lifetime in these trucks at mile and a half. But we saw some chaos, a little bit of disorder. Everybody got patient. Everybody got in line. And we saw some great racing in the field tonight. Really sad to say, I thought Dylan C. Jones was going to be the truck to beat tonight. He was strong on the late runs, early runs. You kind of see him just float around there. But Kevin O'Keefe coming out of nowhere. Who would have thought 2 tires over none with about 17 laps to go was going to come out and be the victor when I thought it was going to come down to fuel mileage.
Yeah, I really thought that was interesting strategy played by all three of those guys. They all came in at the same time, and Matt was watching this, I know, and they all came in at the same time, and then you saw they pretty much all parked at the same time, too, and then Philip Willis, boom, fuel only. And then you saw Rodney Kramer take 2, and then you saw Speidel take 4, and maybe the 4 was too much for Speidel. He wasn't really able to make too much ground back up. I believe he was able to finish 4th here, but it was kind of interesting to see how that was going to play off with 3 guys coming in at the exact same time and how that was actually going to work out.
You're exactly right, Andy. The pit strategy was totally different for all 3 of those. All top 5 of those guys. Everyone went in a different direction. You saw what happened. Kevin O'Keefe, 2 tires, got away, won the race. I got to give big props to the guy earlier in the race. He got taken out. He was a lap down, maybe 2. He won. So just because you get a lap down or so doesn't mean you're totally out of it.
No, it doesn't. You definitely got to in a long race, 80 laps like this, you can't get down on yourself for being down a lap early. There's always the wave around. There's always a chance for more cautions to get your lap back and things like that. You really got to buckle down. I mean, some of the guys had major issues and were a few laps down there at the beginning, and that kind of day you're just trying to hang on to it. And we saw that. I can't remember the car number or truck number at the time right now off the top of my head, but he was trying to ride down on the apron to stay out everyone's way, end up spinning and actually caused a caution on the speedway. So it's tough. You want to stay out and you want to get as many laps as you can in there and get as many points as you can because everything's based off points. But at the same time, you never want to give up, and you got to stay with it. You got to put your full effort into it. Otherwise, then what do we do this for, right?
I'm glad you guys saved me a seat here. I'm going to have to get me a faster golf cart. But I've been listening on my headset. Do you guys talk about fuel strategy? All in all, Zane, would you think it came down to fuel strategy, or would you think it came down to who had the better truck?
I would say pit stop strategy overall because it was 2 tires over no tire. We really thought going into it was going to come down to just the better truck, but it came out to the better strategy than anything. We watched Philip Willis take no tires. He got burnt up, eaten alive by O'Keefe and Kramer. And then we watched as Kramer kind of wheeled that truck as much as possible to get around O'Keefe. He just didn't have enough to get up there, and especially after the lap traffic got involved, just the tires were gone, they were shot, just nothing left in the bad boy for him. So it kind of came down to a lot of different things: saving strategy, pit strategy, fuel mileage. It's an interesting how this race broke down, especially with all the the events that happened. The cautions early on, the buildup we had of coming to Charlotte because we expected another Atlanta race and not really seeing the same thing. We saw more of a single line of traffic and then people going on the outside to make the pass, but not really too wide the entire time.
We came into Charlotte unexpecting what we would see, and Not even sure where we're going next week. I'm having a brain fart here. But it will be Daytona in the trucks, so there's no telling what we will see next week at Daytona as well. Well, I'm pretty sure we'll see some pack and two-car tango, but other than that, though, really unexpected going into the next week, and it's that way with every series here at No Bull because they just keep us on our toes. They keep the drama flowing, real good, exciting racing. But that's pretty much gonna wrap it up here. Let's go ahead and run you through though the finishing results here at the very end here. All right, Andy and I are going to run you through the whole finishing order here. Kevin O'Keefe came home with the win. Ronnie Kramer, Philip Willis rounding out the podium there. Brad Spidell was fourth. K-Bomb Jr. rounded out the top five. Dylan Jones came home sixth. Roy Carpenter, good run for him. Had a good run for TJ Graves and for Wayne Finley. All both 7th, 8th, and 9th right there. Chad Osborne rounded out the top 10.
Yeah, finishing 11th, we had James Gagne. 12th was Joseph Goodwin. 13th, Ronald Henry, good run for him. 14th, Andy Carpenter, another good run for him. 15th was Norman Sidlick. 16th, Chris Chirigotis. 17th was Christopher Chicoy. 18th was Mitch Lennon. 19th, Jason Allison. Rounding out the top 20, we had Thomas Lee.
Brian Neff, bad break for him. He was 24th. Matt Hoos, very disappointing night for that 21 machine. He was 22nd. Brian Terry, 23rd. And William Roberts came home 24th, rounding out the field. But all in all, like I said, never know what to expect here. Good race tonight. There was times we had 8 trucks battling for the lead. But like I said, it is just about time for us to head on out of here. Remember the TSTV Pit Stop tomorrow night with its new feature where viewers will now be able to call in to talk about random topics, any topics that we're talking about at the given time. Check out Michelangelo Painting, the series sponsor. Follow Team Explosion TV on Twitter, Noble Motorsports on Twitter as well, at Noble League. Like us on Facebook, TeamExplosionTV.com is the website. But for Andy Kessler, Zane Lovett, Matt Weisrope producing, I'm Ben Kilcrease. Have a great night. Buckle up, drive safe. We'll see you next time here on Noble TV.